Well, Singapore is home to more than 60% of Southeast Asia's data centers. These are facilities that store, process and distribute large amounts of data, including personal information like your passwords. Here's a look at how such data are secured.
When it comes to sharing personal information like credit card details online, many of us don't think twice about where that information goes. We often assume that it'll be kept safe, and most of the time it is, thanks to the increasingly important role of data centers.
Data center technically is a closed room to host a lot of computer resources like computer room, computer servers, IT equipment, network equipment. So when we go online, typically we go through a web portal, which is from the data center, and we enter all this information. And this information typically are encrypted and transport to the data center, and then will be stored inside of the servers or storage place inside of data center digitally.
There are about 100 data centers in Singapore, making up more than 60% of facilities in Southeast Asia. Experts say security and interconnectivity with other centers in the region are features government organizations and companies look for in data centers here.
As today, data centers is as critical or as vital as a seaport and an airport. So actually, in terms of physical security, this is where customers want to be very sure that there's no unauthorized access into the environment.
The OneNet North data center is the first bomb blast-proof center in Southeast Asia and is a recent addition to the industry in Singapore. It's also fitted with features like laser smoke detectors and lightning prevention systems. To get to this main hall where the servers are hosted, we've had to go through some 8 levels of security, including going through anti-crash gates and using biometric scanners. Now, what I'm standing on are cooling aisles that help to regulate airflow in the main hall so servers can function optimally at below 24 degrees Celsius. When it comes to cybersecurity threats, experts say data centers are not at as much risk compared with personal devices because of strong security. Instead, the challenge going forward is how to optimize energy consumption in data centers to reduce cost.
Half of the energy will spend on cooling this room. And in our Singapore's context, that poses a lot of challenge because our outside temperature is high, our humidity is high as well. So that will cost a lot of energy to make sure your data center ambient environment is subject to ASHRAE standard, which is typically between temperature 18 to 27 degrees and humidity of 60 to 80%.
To tackle these challenges, Singapore will conduct trials on the world's first tropical data center in the third quarter of this year.